So your sales rep is in the field and they just got a sale. They need to submit this account to the secretary. So they log into FillQuick with their credentials and instantly they're taken to their dashboard. Here on the left-hand side, they click on the Customers tab, Submit New. What you see is the form that they will fill out in order to submit all the customer's information over to the secretary. At the top, if they so choose to split commissions between another sales rep at the company, they have the option to do so. So let's start by filling out the customer's information. Over here, you will see a link called View Address on Map. If it is selected, another tab will open up and you'll be able to view the address they just entered on an actual map so that you can pull the cross streets or if they wanted to see any more information. The 101 and Bell Road look like the cross streets for this account. So let's type in Bell Road and the 101 freeway. Here, their emergency contacts are entered. They can add more contacts if they like, or they can take them away. The installation time is the installation time that they would like to have. So perhaps they want to schedule it on the 16th, which is a Monday, between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. They select from the drop-down the equipment that they would like to get installed. And don't worry, if at any point the sales rep doesn't quite put the correct information of what is to be installed, then the secretary or the actual technician when he's at the job will be able to change this information. Here they can add credit cards on their file. They can enter the information. If the billing name is different on the credit card, they can enter it here or the billing address as well. The notes section is very important sometimes for certain notes that the sales rep would like to tell the technician. Perhaps the customer is going to be leaving early to go to work, so he wants the technician to be on time. He can simply enter, please be on time because the customer needs to go to work early, period. Over here, you will see an icon where you can click on in the drop-down and select that the technician sees this as well, or unselect it for just the office to see this note. Voila, it's that easy. Now the secretary got an email notification saying she has a pending account that's awaiting her acceptance. Okay, so your sales reps have been submitting accounts to your secretary. She's been getting email notifications, and it's time for her to log into FillQuick with her credentials. So when she logs in, she lands on her dashboard. Here on the dashboard, she will see there are 3 accounts awaiting acceptance. She can simply click on the button over here, and instantly she will have access to taking a look at the 3 accounts that the sales reps have submitted that are pending for her to either accept it or decline. Also, at any time here at the top, there with the hourglass, you'll see the amount of accounts that are pending with the number 3, for example, right there. Now, this one over here is red, and I want to talk to you about this because it has been pending for over a day. This means the sales rep submitted this account over 1 day ago. So typically, when this happens, this means the secretary did not decline the account, or she didn't accept it in a day. So what she wants to do is, let's just say this account, the customer's credit score was too low for the monitoring station to purchase the account. So she can quite simply click on the view over here and scroll down. She knows this was actually declined due to the fact that the credit score was low. Clicks on decline and says credit score too low. Hits the decline button and it's done. It's cleaned up. Okay, so there are 2 accounts that are left pending either to be accepted or declined. There are 2 options, either to view or skip that step and just accept and complete the account. As you can see, this one here has been pending for 5 hours since the sales rep has submitted it, and this one 3 hours. Typically, you want to clean up the ones that have been submitted first. So let's just accept and complete this one over here. Simply enter the account number, receiver number if it applies, scroll through the account. keep in mind, this has already been pre-populated by the sales rep that submitted it, so no double entry. Enter the credit score, tracking number if any applies. And now she wants to click on the open scheduler to schedule the technician. The sales rep mentioned he wanted it between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. So she can schedule this block over here. Let's just say she gives the technician until 12 or 11. She can do that. If she wanted to go to 12, she can just select it over here. And now it would be from 9 to 12 the technician would show up. Notify the technician is as simple as a checkbox right over here. If she unselects it, the technician will not get an email notification. If she leaves it by default, which is selected, the technician that is assigned to this job will get an email notification that he or she has a new installation. Upon completion, she just hits the save button and it is done. That has now been scheduled with the technician. So as you can see, now there's one account that's waiting to be accepted or declined. This is the one that we submitted in the previous example. So let's accept and complete this one. Enter the account number. Enter the receiver number if it does apply. Do the same thing for this account, the credit score on this one. And open the scheduler. It says 8 to 9 o'clock is what the sales rep said he wanted. 8 to 9 o'clock on this day. So let's give him from 8 to 10 o'clock. Click OK. And this is the email notification that this technician will get about this job. Everything looks fine. And we hit the save button. That has been scheduled as well. So she can go back to the dashboard and take a look. She has 0 accounts that are pending the acceptance right now. And that's exactly how she cleans those up. So your sales reps in the field submitted their accounts to your secretary. She then accepted it and scheduled a technician. What's next is we need to collect any unpaid balances that your customers may have either before installation or after. Here on the dashboard, when she logs in, if she's not already logged in, she can click on the 3 accounts that are pending to be charged. On this list, you will see all the customer accounts that have an amount that needs to be charged to your merchant. For example, the sales rep sold a $99 activation fee. Well, this needs to be collected as revenue to your company. Because the seller they collected a $99 activation fee, it appears in this list to be charged to your merchant. A lot of times there are companies that money goes uncollected because it simply gets lost. Well, not with FillQuick. Here, for example, on this customer, let's say your sales rep collected a $149 sales upgrade for equipment they sold. It will be in this list and it won't get cleaned up until your secretary charges it to the merchant. So she would simply open up her merchant account on another tab, and over here you will see an installed column. Some companies like to charge the customer before installation, while others like to charge the customer after installation. Let's just say you wanted to charge your customers both before and after installation. Well, this job shows that it has been installed already. Let's clean it up and charge it to our merchant. There's a $99 pending charge. On this page, you'll see it's $99 activation fee. There were no sales upgrades. There were no installation upgrades by the technician. The total is $99 on the account. Nothing was paid. So the remaining balance is $99 on this account. So quite simply, she would click on add payment, and keep in mind, all the information is over here on the side for her to enter into the merchant. She can simply select the credit card on file, mark it as completed, and click on add payment. That is done. You can go back to see the other pending charges. We have 2 more that we need to clean up. So this one is for $99 as well. And as you can tell, there's no installation upgrade here, but also the job was not installed yet. That's fine. Let's just say we clean this up right now, and then when the technician goes to the job to install it, he then collects an installation upgrade. It will then reappear only the installation upgrade amount in the list. So she would just simply add payment, click over here, mark this Visa, have the information below. Once she gets confirmation, confirmed. If you guys would like to write an actual note, go back here, and now there's one left. Click on that, As you can see, on this account, there was a collected amount for $149, but then we issued a refund and said that the customer called in to complain. So now there's still a pending $149 balance on this account. So after installation, let's just say, or after clarification for the sales rep to the customer then found out, yes, I was supposed to be charged this $149 for extra upgrades. As you can see, it was a $50 upgrade plus the $99 activation fee. So now that the customer's fine with it, we mark it as paid and collected. And now the balance is zero. We can go back to the list and see that there are no more pending charges, go to the dashboard and see that now it shows zero. Once a sales rep submits a new account and there is a pending amount to be charged, it will automatically show up as one here on the dashboard. So it's very important your secretary cleans up this as quick as possible so no revenue is lost coming into your business. Okay, so your technician got the email notification that there was a job to be installed. Let's log into FillQuick after completing the installation to tell FillQuick what exactly was installed on the job. So let's just say the install was yesterday. As you can see, late jobs mean any install that was 1 day or prior that the technician did not tell FillQuick yet what was installed. So we want to finalize this installation because the installation was complete. If it applies, he enters the installation confirmation number that was given from the monitoring station to him. And over here, as you can see, we have two columns. One is requested and one is installed. These two columns are basically a way for you to take a look and the technician of what the sales rep requested versus what was actually installed by the technician. The installation column is always pre-populated with what was requested. Therefore, if there are any changes that the technician made to the account, he can simply change it. So in this example, let's just say the sales rep said there were 2 door sensors that were to be installed. But when the technician showed up to the job, he found out that there was actually 3 doors that the customer had. And the customer had this 3rd door in a master bedroom. So the sales rep typically takes care of, let's just say, the cost of this extra door sensor. As you can see, when I entered 3, it changed to yellow so that you can tell and the technician what exactly changed when looking at the complete job order. Over here, let's just say as another example that the technician installed an extra motion detector and sold it as an install upgrade. So we would select product here, type in motion, find the motion detector that he sold, put quantity 1, and it was sold by the technician, and add it. As you add it, an extra column named install upgrade shows over here. How much did he sell this motion detector for? Let's just say $120. Next, we have the zones column. The technician simply enters the zones, and he can quite simply add as many or take them away, as you can see. Lastly, the notes column. And just like in the other scenarios, he can select if the seller should see this note or perhaps only the office. Hit the save button and he's completed that. Now, this has been marked as installed. And as soon as he actually does that, automatically the inventory from his truck is deducted. And the secretary, financial administrator, you can see what exactly was requested, was installed, and every changes that were made to the account. So your technicians completed installations, and it's time to generate the invoices for your technicians' jobs that they completed. Let's log in as your financial administrator. And here on the dashboard, you will see clearly the nice clean dashboard as usual, but you head on over this time to funding and payroll. And you will actually see the weekly tasks because typically on a weekly basis, you will create your technician's invoices and you click on technician payroll. When you click on technician payroll, typically in the alarm industry, you have set dates that you pay your technicians or you generate their invoices. Let's just say we're going to go from Friday to Friday 2 weeks ago. hit the search button, and this is all the installation and services that your technicians have completed at your company that are ready to be paid during those dates because they installed the jobs. Here, if you click on the Create Invoice, what's going to happen is you're going to have the side-by-side calculator with what was installed also compared to what was requested by the sales rep. Anything that was changed from what was requested to installed is going to show up in yellow. So these are the things to keep in mind when you're paying your technician. So let's just say we pay our technicians based on the type of system, whether it was a wireless or a hardwired, and we pay $125 to start for the actual wireless installation. And now we want to give him the extra amount that perhaps he collected on an installation upgrade, but here you can see there was none that was collected. If there was, you can actually calculate it by putting it directly over here, however much was the difference from your cost to what the actual technician collected. Perhaps you want to deduct him $30 for being late. I know your technicians aren't like that, but let's just say you did. You have the possibility to. You can add as many lines. You can take out as many lines as you like. Create the invoice once you're done by just pushing the button over here. Voila, it's that simple. The invoice was just generated.